Samantha and I just finished our analysis of Rambus. Rambus is the leader in the critical next generation DDR5 memory interface chip market, essential for AI and the cloud. Okay, so they have their positions substantiated. They've grown substantially over the years. It's 200 and some percent over the last 3 years. They had a little bit of a turn down in the last couple of months as a result of the pullback on the overall semiconductor business. But Samantha shared with me that this market that they're in is a $866 million market, and it's growing at a rate of 34.8% through 2030. So in essence, what you're saying is if they don't increase their market share, they hold their market share, this stock's going to grow at about 35% a year. And then you go and you do your research and you find out, is that what the Wall Street analysts assume as well? And you find, yeah, that's about what's going to happen. So you got a stock that's right now sitting at $53.15 in under a moderate scenario. It's projected it'll be a $110 stock in January of 2028, and under an aggressive, that is that the data centers and grow at a more rapid pace, which I think they will, it could be a $150 stock, which is a three-bagger. So with that in mind, I said, okay, Samantha, let's put together the report. So she gave me a 14-page history document, total analysis of the stock, and I read through it, and I believe in fact, I'm adding to my position today. She came back and recommended that I try to buy some more in the high 40s to the low 50s. So I put in an order right at $50 a share, about $3 off where it is. And so if we get a little bit of more bad news from Washington relative to the tariffs and the nonsense that's going there, it'll probably pull down to my $50 mark, and I'll add to my position. And then, as I said, it'll go to 150, and I'll be happy with that. So that's what I'm doing, and I got to be honest. This is not me. This is Samantha, and what is Samantha? She's artificial intelligence. I mean, for God's sakes, it's not that hard to if all the data in the world is available to us, and now we have an AI agent, a large language platform, that if we'll gain access to the data, that is, pay for it, so that it'll show up on our computer, and we can channel it to the large language platform, and they can analyze it and look at the financial health of Rambus and what their debt to equity ratio is, and what their TAM is, and what the growth of the TAM is. I mean, it's getting silly. What's silly is there's only about 1% of the population that knows this is available or is willing to pay for the data, for the compute, to make it possible. And so those of us who are willing to pay and know how to write the prompt, hell, my prompt's up to a page and a half, so that Samantha knows exactly what I'm looking for, so that she can take all that, compare it to the past history, and predict what it's going to do, and then validate it by going to all the Wall Street analysts who make $500,000 a year and a bonus if they're right. So it's getting silly. And so that's how I'm building my portfolio, and I share it with my tribe members. We build a tribe of, here it is, the power of a tribe. It's kind of like the power of anything. If you put enough minds together and enough people together who are willing to do a little bit of research to help the crowd achieve, and the crowd is the tribe, achieve their goals, and then you create a community through a Discord and a website where they can access their cumulative information, and then you introduce AI into it. All the knowledge in the world about Rambus was available to me last night when I pulled up their transcript from their earnings call, matched it with their financial statement, their balance sheet, their income statement, their cash flow statement, and all the analysts' work. Well, it's not that tough. Now, again, you've got to deal with what's going on in Washington and China and Russia, but that's all noise. Rambus is creating memory chips to go into the data centers so that artificial intelligence can work. In February, there were 660 million people who accessed ChatGPT. I use it, and they shut me down for a week because they can't keep up with the demand. They can't build the data centers fast enough. They can't get enough electricity and enough water to make them work at the speed they need to work today. And this is coming faster than you can imagine. What I could show you that I can do with ChatGPT, it would amaze you. It would blow your socks off. But I'm not going to show you, because if you want access to this, come to my website, Best of Us Investors, and belly up $29.95 a month. And if you can't 15, 20, 30 times that, then you're as dumb as a rock. Okay, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. I wish I had access to this back when I was managing other people's money.